Dinar shift. Tonight, we stand on the precipice of what is being heralded as a historic financial development, a moment that countless individuals across the globe have awaited for what feels like an eternity. As the final moments tick away toward the designated time of 8 p.m. tonight, a sense of massive, tangible confirmation is sweeping through international financial circuits, investor communities, and, most importantly, the enormous network of currency holders. This is the moment where the long-held patience and unwavering belief of those invested in the Iraqi Dinar, IQD, and the Vietnamese Dong, VND, are being met with the reality of an unfolding large-scale revaluation. The air is thick with anticipation because this isn't merely a fleeting rumor or an unsubstantiated piece of speculation. Rather, it is a confirmed, time-stamped sequence of events already triggering internal shifts within major banking institutions worldwide. The scale of this movement is virtually unprecedented, and it signifies a monumental change that many believed would eventually arrive. The developments activating tonight represent far more than a simple adjustment to currency values. They signal a deep, coordinated rollout involving significant institutional preparation and a structured approach to managing the massive volume of anticipated exchanges. Across various regions, reports are converging, detailing how major banks have been systematically aligning their resources. Verification teams are on high alert, operational schedules have been adjusted to accommodate extended processing times, and specialized internal systems are being activated. These systems are specifically designed to handle the inevitable flood of currency checks, meticulous serial number confirmations, and the logistical challenge of scheduling thousands of exchange appointments. For every holder watching, the crucial takeaway is that the 8 p.m. go-live is the start of a process, not an instant conclusion, demanding a calm, measured, and highly organized response, rather than panic or unnecessary haste. What unfolds in the hours immediately following the activation will depend almost entirely on the level of preparation and organizational clarity demonstrated by the individual currency holders. Banks are entering a structured procedural phase, and the smoother the process is for them, the smoother it will be for the customer. Holders are being strongly urged to take a final, meticulous inventory of their notes, ensuring that every piece of essential documentation is complete, readily accessible, and accurate. Crucially, this is the time to verify which specific banks in your locality have been officially designated and prepared to participate in the formal exchange procedures. The coming hours are undeniably critical, and remaining highly informed and systematically prepared will be the single most defining factor in how effortlessly individuals navigate the intricate initial phases of this historic financial transition. Beyond the logistical preparations behind bank counters, a vibrant global celebration is spontaneously erupting across digital landscapes, serving as a powerful counterpoint to the institutional solemnity. Social media platforms, dedicated online investor groups, and international financial forums are lighting up with an intense mixture of excitement, shared real-time updates, and an overwhelming sense of community-wide anticipation. Individuals who have held onto their dinar or dong for years, some for over a decade, are sharing emotional testimonies, expressing profound relief, genuine disbelief, and deep gratitude that the moment they invested so much hope into is now definitively confirmed and unfolding. This collective digital euphoria underscores the immense worldwide scale of this event, connecting people from all walks of life who shared a common, long-term financial belief. However, amidst the outpouring of widespread digital celebration, experienced analysts are sounding a necessary note of caution, advising holders to maintain a sharp focus on the procedural steps rather than being swept away solely by enthusiasm. While the celebration is a genuine and understandable reaction to years of waiting, the actual exchange process is a serious financial procedure that demands careful, structured attention and absolute accuracy. The immediate hours ahead are not about revelry, they are about precision. Every note must be authenticated, serial numbers need to be confirmed against eligible lists, and personal identification documents must be flawlessly matched before the exchange can be officially processed. The twin forces of global excitement and institutional efficiency are now working in parallel as the revaluation officially shifts into its active phase. As we delve deeper into the predicted sequence of events, it is essential to walk viewers through the expected step-by-step process that participating banks are prepared to follow. The first critical stage is verification. This involves highly trained bank personnel rigorously inspecting the physical currency, employing sophisticated tools like ultraviolet lights and watermark comparisons, and meticulously comparing serial numbers against officially confirmed eligible series to ascertain authenticity. Second is documentation, where holders are universally required to present valid identification, confirmation of ownership, and a comprehensive, accurate accounting of their total denominations. These foundational steps ensure the integrity and compliance of the entire exchange mechanism. The third anticipated phase involves phased exchanges, a crucial strategy banks may employ to responsibly manage liquidity and high transaction volume. Instead of attempting a simultaneous exchange of massive global holdings, institutions may opt to process exchanges in structured, manageable stages. This is widely considered a standard operating procedure during any major, large-to-scale currency event and is explicitly not a cause for alarm or concern. Instead, this phased approach actually affords holders more control over their financial planning and strategic flexibility. Finally, the process culminates in settlement and confirmation, where, once the notes are verified, the holders' accounts are updated, and official receipts are issued, providing a formal record of the transaction. Viewers must also be aware that the final displayed exchange rates may exhibit slight variations depending on their geographic region and the specific banking institution they utilize. Although the revaluation itself is confirmed as activated, the rates presented at individual banks may incorporate minor adjustments reflecting local financial policies, internal processing timelines, or the bank's current liquidity levels. This phenomenon is far from unusual in large currency events and should not be a source of immediate alarm for holders. Rather, it powerfully reinforces the vital importance of patience and due diligence, relying strictly on official bank notifications, instead of unverified, speculative sources circulating online. Many participating institutions are expected to utilize modern communication channels, sending out digital alerts, detailed email instructions, or mobile application notifications once their internal systems are fully ready for customers to begin the process of scheduling their mandatory appointments. The holders who approach this monumental task with calmness and adherence to the established, formal steps are overwhelmingly likely to experience the most seamless and stress-free processing. While the global community celebrates, banks remain focused on the singular, most critical requirement that all exchange notes must be authenticated to determine their eligibility for the exchange. Any currency notes that are significantly damaged, visibly torn, or appear to have been altered in any way may necessitate additional, more intensive checks, or could potentially complicate the immediate exchange eligibility. Holders are strongly advised to thoroughly review the condition of their holdings and prepare accordingly. The remainder of this broadcast will continue to deliver real-time updates as they materialize, ensuring every viewer is guided through the essential information they need. Tonight's confirmed revaluation activation is also driving wide-ranging discussions across international markets, with analysts closely monitoring for potential shifts in liquidity patterns, global trading volume, and foreign exchange market reactions. While this revaluation is a heavily structured, coordinated, and bank-controlled event, the global financial community is paying extremely close attention. Currency adjustments of this sheer magnitude possess the potential to influence broader macroeconomic movements and international investor sentiment. Viewers should be careful not to mistake this for typical market volatility. The revaluation is a coordinated procedure with predetermined protocols, which means panic is entirely unwarranted. The strategic objective for holders is to remain focused, not to rush into the first available opportunity, but to thoroughly understand the procedural landscape and ensure every single step is completed with meticulous correctness and accuracy. Financial professionals, where they are accessible and available, may offer invaluable guidance on strategies such as managing phased exchanges, optimizing timing, or understanding regional tax considerations related to the transaction. However, the specifics of this professional advice will naturally vary by geographical region. Regardless of the tactical advice sought, tonight's event fundamentally symbolizes a significant milestone in global currency alignment. Its profound impact is expected to be felt and to unfold gradually over the course of the coming days and weeks, marking a pivotal moment in the financial histories of the affected nations. A critically important point for every holder watching tonight is the paramount significance of securing their notes and all corresponding documentation well before making any move toward a financial institution. With excitement levels running at a fever pitch and updates pouring in minute by minute, the last scenario anyone desires is to misplace Vita L materials or arrive at a bank without the necessary identification. A well-prepared holder will have already systematically listed their denominations, organized notes cleanly by amount, meticulously reviewed their official IDs, and safely stored everything until the bank formally confirms their appointment time or walk-in availability. This seemingly simple preparatory step is a powerful defense against potential delays. The need for repeated trips, or confusion once the formal verification process begins. Furthermore, holders must remember that even though this is a momentous historical event, banks will strictly adhere to all standard security protocols. They may implement measures such as deploying extra verification staff, extending operating hours at select branches, or designating specialized rooms for high-volume currency processing. These measures are thoughtfully designed to guarantee accuracy, security, and safety and should not be perceived as obstacles to the exchange process. As reports continue to flow in, the widespread nature of the financial institution's advanced preparation is becoming remarkably evident. Internal staff briefings, comprehensive system updates, the proactive allocation of liquidity, and the certified readiness of verification teams all point unequivocally toward a highly structured, long-planned rollout, entirely devoid of any rushed or reactive measures. This high level of institutional preparedness vividly underscores the sheer magnitude of the event and serves as a powerful assurance that the exchange process will remain controlled, efficient, and orderly. For viewers at home, the clear message is that banks are ready for high volume, but they demand that holders follow precise, formal steps. This is fundamentally not a casual transaction. It is a formal, high-stakes financial procedure, demanding absolute accuracy from both parties. Holders are strongly advised to disregard any unofficial or speculative instructions currently circulating in online forums. The only guidance that carries legitimate weight is that which originates directly and officially from your specific bank or recognized financial institution. The revaluation going live tonight signals the commencement of the process, not its conclusion. There are numerous stages yet to be completed, and those holders who proceed with careful, systematic deliberation will be the ones who experience the most successful and stress-free outcomes. We must also underscore the critical importance of actively monitoring official notifications disseminated by your specific bank or financial institution. These personalized alerts are expected to specify crucial details, including appointment availability schedules, precise exchange procedures, anticipated verification timelines, and any updated documentation requirements. Some banks may accommodate walk-ins initially, while others will mandate scheduled appointments to effectively manage the incoming volume. Holders who remain keenly aware of these specific details will effectively preempt unnecessary delays or potential miscommunications, ensuring a much smoother path forward. In addition to appointment logistics, staying informed about which specific denominations are eligible for exchange is absolutely essential. It is possible that not every currency series or note design will qualify immediately for processing, and banks will provide explicit clarity on this matter as an integrated component of their comprehensive verification process. It is highly recommended that holders meticulously review their notes, carefully comparing them against any published lists of eligible series and systematically organizing them according to these established criteria before proceeding to the bank. As the evening progresses and more financial institutions begin to issue their detailed, individualized updates, the overarching revaluation process will undoubtedly become even clearer and more defined. For the moment, viewers are urged to remain intensely focused, stay continuously informed through official channels, and prepare diligently for the structured, formal steps that are destined to follow. Tonight's widespread global celebration is not merely symbolic. It represents the long-awaited conclusion of years of deep anticipation among currency holders across the entire world, validating their long-term belief in economic recovery and future valuation adjustments. Beyond the emotional significance, the scale of the celebration undeniably highlights the enormous scope of this global financial development. Social media platforms are currently saturated with countdown timers, genuine live reactions, and intense real-time discussions. As the 8 p.m. activation time drew to a close, people from dramatically different countries, backgrounds, and personal experiences found themselves profoundly connected through this single, shared, momentous event. Yet, even while celebrations are expected to continue worldwide, the most important imperative for holders is to remain entirely grounded in reality. This is definitively not the time for rushed, impulsive transactions or an incomplete approach to preparation. Instead, it is the crucial time for clarity, meticulous organization, and the systematic execution of structured steps. The celebrations can certainly continue in the background, but all fundamental financial decisions must remain unwaveringly logical, fact-based, and thoroughly informed. As we continue tonight's extended coverage, a highly important topic for all holders is developing a full understanding of liquidity management at participating financial institutions. When an event of this magnitude occurs, banks typically employ a measured strategy of phased fund allocation to guarantee systemic stability throughout the exchange process. This measured approach may mean that some holders will complete their exchanges relatively quickly, while others may find their processing scheduled over multiple phases, a decision contingent upon the total size of their holdings, the bank's operational capacity, and regional regulatory policies. This internal banking process is entirely normal and well-regulated, and it should not, under any circumstances, generate undue concern among holders. In fact, the use of phased liquidity management is specifically designed to ensure a smooth, stable, and equitable processing experience for everyone involved. Holders with particularly larger holdings may even find a distinct advantage in proactively choosing to divide their exchanges across multiple scheduled appointments. This deliberate strategy not only assists the banks in effectively managing their high volume, but also grants the holders the flexibility to carefully analyze the exchange rates, observe potential outcomes, and strategically plan their subsequent financial steps. The goal is to maximize efficiency while maintaining an organized and low-stress environment. A foundational and crucial element of the entire revaluation process is the absolute necessity of verifying the authenticity of every single currency note presented. Banks utilize advanced, specialized tools, including high-tech UV systems, detailed watermark comparisons, and proprietary serial number databases to guarantee that every note is completely genuine and officially eligible for exchange. This meticulous process will inevitably require time, especially for individuals presenting large quantities of notes or complex mixed denominations. Holders should fully expect banks to review each note methodically, and this detailed approach should be correctly interpreted as a layer of vital protection for both the holder and the bank. Authenticity checks serve as a mutual safeguard. It should be noted that in certain situations, notes that are significantly damaged or heavily worn may necessitate additional time-consuming confirmation procedures or may potentially be deemed ineligible for an immediate exchange. The simple act of organizing notes in advance, separating them clearly by denomination, and listing accurate totals can dramatically expedite this entire procedural step. The greater the holder's preparation, the more seamless and rapid the exchange process becomes. Verification is essentially the backbone of the exchange, and fully understanding its importance helps set realistic expectations as the revaluation activates tonight. In the critical hours immediately following the 8 p.m. activation, effective communication will play a dominant role in guiding all holders. Banks are expected to disseminate critical updates through multiple official channels, including their official websites, automated text alerts, detailed emails, or notifications within their mobile banking applications. These communications will contain vital information regarding appointment scheduling, specific documentation requirements, or expected wait times. Remaining actively connected to these official channels is absolutely essential for receiving accurate, timely instructions. While some regions may begin processing exchanges almost immediately, others might operate within a highly structured window, a schedule dependent upon local staff availability and the sheer demand for verification services. Holders should avoid repeatedly calling banks, as exceptionally high call volume is already anticipated. The best strategy is to patiently wait for official updates, which ensures accurate information is received without inadvertently overwhelming institutional hotlines. Maintaining a calm and attentive demeanor is the superior approach during these first crucial hours. As more confirmed information circulates, clarity will rapidly increase, allowing holders to proceed with increased confidence. Another extremely important element of tonight's revaluation is the necessity for holders to engage in strategic decision-making. While the celebration and emotional excitement are completely understandable, the actual exchange process demands clear, rational thought. Not every holder is compelled to exchange 100% of their notes immediately. Some may choose a partial exchange strategy to allow them time to observe initial market reactions, finalize investment plans, or manage financial timing more effectively in their specific tax jurisdiction. This phased strategy allows a holder the flexibility to exchange a portion of their currencies now and retain the remainder for a later date. This method provides a degree of strategic flexibility, particularly if minor rate fluctuations occur across different global regions. Regardless of the individual strategy chosen, the core principles remain preparation and patience. The official activation of the revaluation confirms the opportunity is real, not fleeting. There is absolutely no need for rushed decisions. Instead, structured and thoughtful planning will yield the best outcomes for every holder who is watching tonight's comprehensive broadcast. As global reactions continue to build exponentially, it is becoming increasingly evident that tonight's revaluation event has captured the worldwide attention of more than just currency holders. Analysts, financial reporters, and market observers are meticulously tracking developments in real time, engaging in widespread discourse about the implications for regional economic stability, international trade flows, and the broader global financial alignment. While the revaluation specifically targets the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong, this shared attention from the global financial community signals the profound, broad-based impact such a fundamental currency adjustment can unleash. However, it is crucial for viewers to remember that tonight's focus remains squarely on confirmed procedures, not external market speculation. The revaluation is, by design, structured, controlled, and intensely coordinated. For all holders, this necessitates maintaining a single-minded focus on the official processes rather than being distracted by extraneous external noise. Over the next several hours, more reactions will undoubtedly surface, but none of them possess the power to alter the key procedural steps that every holder must strictly follow. The revaluation is unfolding as confirmed, and what matters most now is the precision with which each individual prepares and proceeds. Tonight's confirmed activation also brings a renewed and intense focus to the absolute importance of secure storage and proper document protection. With excitement running high, holders must ensure that both their currency notes and their personal identification documents remain perfectly safe at all times. Simple, practical precautions, such as utilizing sealed envelopes, fireproof bags, or highly secure home safes, can prevent accidental loss or catastrophic damage during this high-stakes period. This may seem like basic advice, but during major financial events, meticulous organization plays an undeniably critical role in a smooth outcome. Holders are also advised to prepare comprehensive photocopies or secure digital scans of their official IDs, although these are strictly supplemental and cannot, under any circumstances, serve as replacements for the mandatory physical documents. Every precautionary step taken now to protect essential materials will actively prevent unnecessary obstacles from arising later in the process. As exchanges begin across diverse regions, those individuals who remain impeccably organized will navigate the complex procedures with significantly greater ease and personal confidence. Security is not solely about safeguarding the currency itself. It's about flawlessly protecting every single piece of the process that leads up to the final exchange. As we continue to progress through tonight's comprehensive broadcast, it is worth exploring how the revaluation is influencing the public sentiment across various communities. The holders themselves come from an incredibly diverse range of backgrounds: teachers, military veterans, retirees, small business owners, and countless everyday individuals who shared a long-term belief in this potential value shift. For this diverse group, tonight is more than a mere financial milestone, it is a profound moment of validation. These communities are actively sharing their long journeys, discussing the years of necessary patience, and deeply connecting over the shared conviction that this pivotal moment would finally arrive. Yet, even within this highly emotional and communal landscape, one message must remain consistently strong and clear: stay focused and remain highly informed. Emotional reactions are an entirely natural human response, but all financial decisions must be rigorously grounded in logic and factual information. The excitement of tonight will be a moment fondly remembered for years, but the concrete, disciplined steps taken over the next few days are what will ultimately shape the actual financial outcome for each individual holder. That critical balance between the exhilaration of the moment and the discipline of execution is absolutely essential as we continue our coverage tonight. One crucial area we must emphasize repeatedly is the absolute necessity of following official bank instructions. In the context of a major global event such as this, misinformation can spread with alarming speed, particularly across unofficial online channels. Viewers must commit to relying exclusively on the guidance provided by legitimate banks and recognized financial institutions. Social media chatter, any unverified claims, or any pressure exerted by unknown sources must be deliberately ignored. The entire revaluation process is designed to be orderly, professional, and compliant, not rushed or chaotic. Bank instructions will clearly outline expected timelines, required documentation lists, eligible notes, any possible exchange limits, and all necessary security procedures. These formal instructions are in place to ensure fairness, accuracy, and regulatory compliance for all participants. Staying rigidly aligned with these official protocols provides a guarantee that every single step of the exchange is secured and protected. As more banks release their specific localized guidelines throughout the evening, holders should immediately bookmark all official pages, save every notification, and follow the instructions meticulously. This singular focus will significantly reduce confusion and ensure the smoothest possible exchange process. Tonight's revaluation event also sharply highlights the importance of truly understanding how verification alerts are designed to function. Banks are expected to send structured confirmation messages to inform holders when their notes have successfully passed all authenticity checks, or when their exchange transaction is fully ready for the next stage of processing. These alerts are an intrinsic part of the structured documented rollout, ensuring that every FHA SE of the transaction is formally recorded and accounted for. Holders should treat these notifications as essential official checkpoints in their personal journey. When an official alert is successfully received, it unequivocally signifies that the bank has completed a specific, critical phase of the process. If any additional, subsequent steps are required, those instructions will invariably follow in a subsequent communication. The best approach is to monitor these alerts without panic or an undue sense of urgency. Verification is an intentionally methodical process and may require time, a variable dependent on the current bank volume, but each completed phase moves the holder one decisive step closer to finalizing the exchange. Remaining patiently responsive is critical during this specific part of the procedure. As the night progresses, conversations within financial communities are inevitably shifting toward the long-term implications of what this revaluation means for the future. For an overwhelming majority of holders, this momentous event marks the confirmed start of an entirely new financial chapter, both personally and on a broader economic scale. Holders are openly discussing their intentions for savings, significant investments, debt payoff strategies, and achieving long-term financial stability. While the excitement is completely understandable, holders must now take the necessary time to evaluate their goals with crystal clarity. The revaluation is providing a confirmed opportunity, but the subsequent financial decisions must be deeply thoughtful and well-researched. Financial advisors, where they are available, can offer essential guidance on critical areas such as asset diversification, tax planning implications, or responsible budgeting for the future. This is the moment when long-term strategic thinking becomes the most crucial component of the entire process. The revaluation itself is merely the beginning, not the conclusion. What holders choose to do after the exchange is what will determine their financial trajectory for years into the future. Tonight's event creates the doorway. Meticulous planning will determine the outcome after stepping through it. As we approach the final hours of tonight's extended coverage, it is imperative to re-emphasize the disciplined mindset that is required for the remainder of the revaluation process. The activation at 8 p.m. establishes a confirmed and irreversible milestone, but the detailed exchange procedures will continue to unfold across hours and potentially days, dependent on the specific region and the bank's individual capacity. Holders must anticipate structured appointments, rigorous verification phases, comprehensive documentation checks, and carefully managed liquidity scheduling. None of these measures should be a source of concern. They are an inherent part of organized professional financial protocol. The viewers who remain calm and meticulously follow the required steps systematically will experience the highest degree of success over the coming days. In our next several broadcasts, we will continue to provide unwavering updates as new, confirmed information becomes available from official sources. Tonight marks the beginning of something truly historic, and the detailed instructions and guidance shared throughout this program are specifically designed to help every single holder navigate this moment with unwavering confidence and precision. As tonight's revaluation officially reaches full activation, viewers must internalize the fact that their personal preparation directly shapes their experience. The systematic organization of notes, the secure safeguarding of all documentation, the diligent monitoring of official bank updates, and the proactive planning of a phased exchange strategy will collectively allow holders to move through this complex process with remarkable smoothness. The community excitement is only projected to grow further as more institutions formally confirm their readiness, and as more holders begin to receive their personalized verification alerts. This is a profoundly global event carrying both immense emotional significance and undeniable financial importance. Every viewer who is watching tonight's comprehensive coverage is now an active participant in a moment that will be remembered for decades. We strongly encourage all holders to remain patient, continuously informed, and highly strategic as they methodically take each step forward. The revaluation is officially live, and what happens next hinges entirely on clear decisions, accurate information, and the disciplined execution of the required protocols.